Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. We're going to be comparing Bitcoin against ETH on the very local time frame, but first let's take a look at the more of the macro time frame here on around 4-hour time frame. Again, the main idea has been that we've been creating a structure like so, and now we are either correcting this structure or this whole thing. Again, we don't know what this structure is part of. We had a couple of different ideas having this as an either ABC like so, or the bullish options of having this as a 1 2 1 2, or just a having something like this as a 1 2 3 4 5. All of these are valid. None of them are really too good. The mega bull option requires this to be ending or having a structure end at these lows, which would require the structure coming from the all-time highs as a WXYZ. However, as that is more of a rare pattern, it's not that common to see that the following structures would be something like this that we have here. The bearish options again seem more likely. However, the structures inside here does not really seem too good. The third wave is kind of small, fifth wave is small. They don't really have too good of a look in comparison. However, is it possible? For sure, it's still completely possible, and we came back to that area of consolidation, previous consolidation on macro time frame, and again found resistance there, and now we are coming back down. Not too much of a surprise there. Now, this ABC structure has been one of those that I was really looking into. We hit the 1-to-1. We almost got to the 1.236, which would have been a bit better. Let me get rid of all this rest. But yeah, I think this is the best one that I currently have. How this would fit into the higher time frame is that something like this. It's not perfect. It would become a WXY. Does not really matter overall whether it's an ABC, where this is a 1 2 3 4 5, or whether this is an ABC. If we are thinking that this is an end of something here, we should be looking for downwards way more. At this point, if we are looking at here on a bit higher time frames, we can see that it looks very decent as a three-way structure currently. The way I've labeled this at the moment is A, B, and C. There are other options and possibilities. However, again, this is my favorite at this point. I'm not quite sure how to label this last leg down here. I've labeled now as an expanding diagonal for now. Don't get anything into your head that I prefer this or like the expanding diagonals at all. I don't. But again, at this moment, it looks decent. It could be a 1 2 1 2. It could be ABC in here, three-way pullback, and another ABC coming down a bit deeper. The main idea here is that we would be correcting at least to the 38.2. This is assuming that we are correcting this whole structure. 38.2 of this move here has already been met. But as we have not had any reaction to it, at least yet a proper reaction, I'm not quite sure if I really like that. Another way of looking at this is that instead of having this as the complete B wave, we would have it something like this and have this as a three-way structure coming down. Anywhere from here or from here, it does not really matter. The point would be that we would be creating some kind of ABC structure here before we are going to be getting a partner leg for this one, something like this, where again middle structure is this. So those are the two options that I currently see at this moment. Again, we are right around the expanded B pocket, and here we would be looking for a move upwards. Again, three-way structure here into these highs, or these highs, does not really matter, and then we would have a three-way structure coming down in here. If we got below the 1.6 monetary retracement here around 25k, then I would not be considering this at all as an option. That would be right around the 0.382, so again that would be giving us more options as well. Non-Elliott Wave stuff, we have had this value area low of this whole range now closed down, and we even back tested it here and then continued to the downside. So it's not really bullish of an outlook at this moment. So again, my targets are still to the lower side. Major supports are coming in at around the 25.3 to 5k-ish. That's an area of interest. There is previous support areas or previous consolidation areas possibly turning into support. We'll see if that holds, and possibly from there on out and get a bit better look. Again, the extensions here around 1.236 and the 382 retracement of that higher degree idea, but doesn't have to be doesn't have to be playing out, but just an idea and some targets to be had. Now on ETH, I've labeled this still as the same as in 1-2. Some of the other altcoins are showing a bit different structures, but for now I am going still with this one. ETH had, again, this was a good opportunity to go short. This was a good opportunity to go short, and now we've come down quite fast. At the moment, we have yet to hit any of the real targets. We did go through the 0.618 extension of this wave 1-2, but again, we have not hit the 1-to-1 extension, at least yet. This would be taking out the previous lows here, which definitely has some liquidity, but not as much as, I guess, some of these ones here. And we'll see if we ever get there. At the moment, we are getting some kind of small bounce here. I'm not quite sure how I would be labeling this. If I was currently labeling, I would probably do something like this as a 1-2, 1-2, and then looking for this later on. It's not really an impulsive look here yet, so there is a chance that we are going to be getting some kind of diagonal here, as there is overlap here and here again. It could be that we have a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, something super bearish here, but I'm just not quite sure about this structure either. We already had a diagonal here, which does not really fit into the idea that this would be an A, B, and C. Also, this structure would be super small in comparison to this one, and having two diagonals in an ABC does not really fit at all. So that's why I don't really think of those. 1-2, 1-2, where both of them are diagonals, that is rare as well. However, I think it would be more probable than the idea of having an ABC where both of the ends are a diagonal. So at this point, my bias would be that we are going to be getting some kind of three-way move upwards soon, and then that would be another area of interest and opportunity to go short. If this indeed becomes this 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, well, then you'll know that you're on the good side very fast, and of course invalidations for that idea would be down or up at around 1888. To enter that whole thing, I think you would need to get some kind of structure formed here, some kind of three-way structure, consolidation here. If we are comparing here, we can see Sunday already here. Let's see, go a bit higher time frame. Saturday, Sunday, Monday here, opening somewhere in here. So again, you can see that it is quite a long time for this whole structure to be formed. And if we are comparing it to the higher degree structure here, it would be considerably larger. So if this is to become a 1-2, 1-2 to the downside, I would expect some kind of structure here and actually action during Sunday, at least the start of the move down. If not, and we are just going to be consolidating the whole weekend in some kind of range here, I'm not really going to be liking this too much anymore, just based on the time element here, comparing it to the higher degrees. But I think that is pretty much everything I got on ETH and Bitcoin for now, and the expectations and what I'm looking for. Obviously, if you want to be educating yourself more, check out the following advertisements. But for now, I thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analysis. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and counter-trend capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.